One. Hey, Science Seekers, this is Mr. Pfeiffer. We are with a new season of the Science Seeker Show, and we are opening it up by interviewing Miss Lawrence. Miss Lawrence is not only our STEM teacher over here, but she is also an engineer, or I guess you could say your previous career. So I guess my number one big question for you in our Science Seeker Show is, I teach the kids that science is all around us, it's everywhere. How is science connected to engineering?
So engineering is problem solving, right? That's the fundamental of what engineering is all about, different kinds of problems, whether it's a chemical problem in chemical engineering, a mechanical problem, so mechanical engineering in aerospace, going to Mars, doing telescopes for looking beyond our universe, all of that is science related. So they're so deeply connected. That's why we call it STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. And don't forget math, with one exception, math is a critical component as well. And I say one exception because coding is one of the few places in the engineering field where you don't have to be a calculus student to be excellent at math. I mean, at coding.
Okay, perfect. So we collinate all these disciplines together to fix things, right? And that's what we do as engineers. Okay.
Correct.
So I guess my other question, because I really want to know more about engineering, is what there's different types of engineers, just like there's different types of scientists, right? So what are a
Right.
couple of the different types of engineers to kind of summarize as much as we can about engineering today?
So you want to know what kinds there are?
Yeah, like different types of the profession, right?
Right.
Just
So
engineering.
when you start engineering in college, generally you take general engineering courses like math and chemistry and biology, and then you focus in a field of specific interest. So you might be an electrical engineer. So then there are people who design circuits that go inside our phones and computers and rockets and everything else, right? Or cars. There's tons of electricity,
Well,
electronics in cars, right? So you decide what's interesting to you, right? So everybody has the core foundation, common knowledge, but then a lot of people want to do hands-on. So they may be more aeronautical, they might be automotive, they might be mechanical, they might be industrial engineering, which is a very unique one. A lot of women like industrial engineering because there's hands-on, but there's a lot of people interaction when you're on assembly lines and working with lots of people. Chemical engineering is very, very popular because you work with like how are shampoos made on the production line, and how do you refine oil to make gasoline for cars. So that takes a lot of smarts, but you also have to interact with lots of people. There are even people, I know a girl who's a mechanical engineer who actually works for McDonald's, and she does supply chain, which is the chain of supply of ingredients to increase the productivity of their chain of events to get food to the end customer. And she studied mechanical engineering. So there's a lot of different opportunities.
that's amazing. I feel like I would have been an environmental engineer if I was going to go
Well, that's another, yeah, and that's a growing field, right? With climate change and with lots of issues. We don't have effective
solutions.
solar panels are not efficient. Wind is not efficient. We can't transport that electricity. So those are really important fields.
What engineer were you before you became a teacher? That's going to be our
Uh,
final question.
yeah, I was a mechanical engineer, still am, but I was mechanical. My whole family was, but none of us ended up with the same end career. So
Wow.
my husband is running a software company, even though he's a mechanical. Our son is in an aerospace company, even though he's a mechanical. And one other family member is running he's like in sales for high tech business, and he just went public with a company in New York and was at the New York Stock Exchange because his company went public. And he's a mechanical engineer. So you're going to find a lot of CEOs of companies were engineers because they're great problem solvers.
Well, I think that's a great way to conclude our first episode. I want to thank you very much for being part of our Science Seeker Show. You guys can keep looking out for more episodes. The bell has rung. It is the end of our first episode of season 4. Miss Lawrence, thank you for being Mead Made and contributing to our show today. Take
My
care.
pleasure. Take care. Bye bye.
Peace.